kiddos. Welcome to the Adventures of Distance Learning. I'm Miss Marino, and I was hired by the Coca-Cola Company to produce funny commercials. There's one perk to working at Coca-Cola: free soda for all. Yes! In the last video, I was visiting a famous museum and dreaming of my painting hanging on their wall. So where was I? I was at the Metropolitan Museum of Art, also known as the Met. If you look at this map, you'll see that the Met is located in New York City, where I used to live. If you answer the question correctly, your name is in this cup, and the winner is Kaden. Congratulations, Kaden. You'll receive your gift card in the mail. So where is Miss Marino now? I'll give you 3 hints.
Hint 1. Coca-Cola was invented in this city on May 8, 1886. Hint 2. This city was home to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Hint 3. In this city, it's against the law to leash your pet giraffe to a street pole.
Who owns a pet giraffe? Well, this one is mine, but he's not real. His name is Bob. Bob has a lot of energy right now, so I'm gonna go take him for a walk. So where am I? Click the Google form link in the post and answer the question. If you get the answer correct, your name will go into a drawing. Find out the winner in the next video. All right, let's get started.
In our last 2 videos, we covered key strategy number 1, which was laughter, and key strategy number 2, don't panic. This week is all about key strategy number 3, expressing your feelings. Remember this clip? When our stress bucket gets too full, we explode. Expressing our feelings through talking and writing are just 2 ways to help cope with stressful situations. But talking and writing doesn't work for everyone. So you may be wondering, what other healthy coping skills can you use to help you adapt and successfully manage change in your life? I'll tell you. Before we continue on to examples of healthy coping skills, I need to address stress. Everyone experiences stress. Adults can get stressed out about tons of stuff like work, money, family, or the future. Kids get stressed out too. Kids can worry about schoolwork, family, friendships, the future, and sometimes kids worry about adult problems like money. Stress isn't always bad though. Feeling stressed can feel perfectly normal, especially during exam time. You might notice that sometimes being stressed out motivates you to focus. Yet at other times you feel incredibly overwhelmed and can't concentrate on anything. While stress affects everyone in different ways, there are 2 major types of stress. Stress that is beneficial and motivating is called good stress. Stress that causes anxiety and even health problems is bad stress. Bad stress can impact your emotions. Bad stress can impact your thoughts, and bad stress can impact your behavior. But there is great news. Bad stress can be managed through healthy coping skills.
So what are coping skills? Coping skills, also called coping strategies or coping mechanisms, are techniques that help reduce negative feelings when someone is feeling under stress. Those feelings might be the result of anxiety, anger, depression, or just general day-to-day stress. Practicing coping skills can help you learn how to manage your emotions in a positive way. We are going to be focusing on 4 categories: calming coping skills, physical coping skills, processing coping skills, and distracting coping skills. The first category is calming coping skills, which are designed to help you relax. One example of a calming coping skill is deep breathing.
For the life of me, I can't figure out why my cat keeps getting stuck in a tree. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to call Mrs. Firewoman again. What did she say in the last video? Breathe!
Another example is focus on sounds. The last examples of common coping skills are block out sounds, positive self-talk, use a calming jar, take a mindful walk, take a drink of water or tea and drink it slowly. You can do yoga and progressive muscle relaxation. The second category is physical coping skills, which are designed to help you rebalance your energy, either to energize you or to help you manage your energy in your body. Examples of physical coping skills are squeeze something that can fit in your hand, use a fidget, shred paper, stretch, jump, exercise, or dance.
Did someone say dance?
Another example of a physical coping skill is popping bubble wrap.
There's plenty of bubble wrap for everyone.
And the last two examples are shuffle cards and make or build something. The third category is processing coping skills, which are designed to help you work through thoughts and feelings you have about challenging situations. Examples of processing coping skills are mood meters, write in a journal, draw, write letters, poetry, or songs.
Yo, Miss Kelly, it's time. Ready?
Yo, let's do this.
I'm sitting at home,
Staring at my computer.
thinking to myself, what more can you ask for?
Ma says, time to work.
Then I click, click, click until my fingers hurt.
Distance learning.
Yo, I love this, they say.
It's super amazing, like cleaning all day.
Ah, I'm going berserk.
I'm begging you,
Please.
send me back to school. I'm out.
Other examples of processing coping skills are create a playlist and listen to music, and talk to someone you trust. Not only are these teachers professional dancers, they are also compassionate individuals who care about your well-being. They are some of the many teachers at Pointer who you can talk to. They will listen and remind you that they believe in you. They will talk through a situation with you and offer another way of looking at things. They will talk with you about your goals and support you to achieve them step by step. And they will check in on you to see how you're doing and if you need anything. The last examples of processing coping skills are make a worry box, list what you can and can't control, and write it down, crumple it up, and throw it away. It's team coping versus team stressors.
Team stressors are going down. Team coping is going to win. I wrote down one of my stressors. So now it's time to crumple it up and throw it away. But we don't throw away paper, we recycle it. So I have a recycling bin. The stressor I wrote down was paying my student loans. That's actually a long-term stressor. So I have to use a variety of coping skills to manage this stress. This is how I feel about student loans. I feel better now.
The last category is distraction coping skills, which are designed to distract you and keep your attention when you might otherwise be focused on a certain stressor. Examples of distraction coping skills are play with a pet.
So this is my pet, Peach. She's really my pet. She's old, so she doesn't play, but she cuddles, she sleeps, eats, and poops, and does not like to be held. That's why she looks so miserable. But if your pet doesn't like to play, that's okay, because cuddling with a pet is also a coping skill.
Do a crossword or word search puzzle. Remember, laughter is the best medicine. Start a new hobby or learn something new.
Look, Ma, I'm learning something new. Mr. Johnson is teaching me how to play the recorder.
The last examples of distraction coping skills are read a good book, spend time in nature, sort or organize something, and play a game.
Welcome to the game show. Today's questions are all about coping skills. Now let's meet our contestants.
It's Princess Marino versus the math department. Does everyone have their buzzers? Name 3 healthy coping skills Mr. Hendricks uses.
Exercising, using a fidget, and listening to loud music in his classroom.
That is correct. 1 point for Princess Marino. Name 3 healthy coping skills Princess Marino uses.
Blocking out sounds, hiking, and cooking.
That is correct. 2 points for Princess Marino. Name 3 healthy coping skills Mr. Kroll uses.
Watching WWE, telling math jokes, and eating lemon cookies. Eating too many lemon cookies.
Sorry, Princess, but the answer is wrong.
What? No one tells Princess Marino she's wrong. Why?
If Mr. Kroll is eating lemon cookies to help him cope, he's an emotional eater. That's an unhealthy coping skill.
Mr. Kroll, I am so worried about you. Mr. Hendricks and I will help you find healthier coping skills. You can do it.
One thing that's important to mention is the difference between healthy, effective coping skills and unhealthy, ineffective coping skills. Sometimes people have developed unhealthy or ineffective ways of coping that end up getting in the way more than they help. Here are some unhealthy coping skills examples. Acting out, which is not coping but giving in to pressure to misbehave. There's avoidance, mentally or physically avoiding potential sources of stress. Denial, refusing to acknowledge the problem. Disassociation, separating oneself from parts of your life. And distancing, moving away from the problem. These techniques may help decrease or distract from uncomfortable feelings in the moment, but they can lead to long-term consequences. Find coping skills that work for you.
The coping strategies that were presented may work for someone else, but might not work for you. Going for a walk may help someone else calm down, but you might find going for a walk when you're angry causes you to think more about why you're mad, and it fuels your angry feelings. I like to think of coping skills as a tool belt of sorts. When you're building something, you likely need more than one tool. You'll probably need a hammer, a screwdriver, maybe even a wrench or a measuring tape. Coping skills work the same way. As you build your tool belt and expand your methods of coping, you'll start to learn which techniques work best for you in which situations. For example, engaging in a hobby may be an effective way to unwind after a long day at school, but going for a walk in nature might be the best approach when you're feeling sad. Generally speaking, people do best with a wide variety of coping skills, but you will need to experiment with a variety of coping skills to help you discover which ones make you feel calm and in control. Give me a B. B. Give me an E. E. Give me a PROACTIVE.
What does that spell?
Be proactive.
Be proactive. Yay! Be proactive. Be proactive. Be proactive. Be proactive.
First off, let's define what it means to be proactive. Active means doing something. The prefix pro means before. So if you are proactive, you are ready before something happens. The opposite is being reactive, or waiting for things to happen before responding. Unplanned, stressful events will happen. Therefore, we can be proactive and prepare in advance. With proactive coping, we detect potential stressors and act in advance to prevent them or lessen the impact on our life. It is necessary to identify the sources of stress in your life and decide if you can or can't control the stressor. If you can't avoid the stressful situation, try to alter it. Figure out what you can do to change things so the problem doesn't present itself in the future. Be proactive. Stress has a habit of robbing us of our joy and sense of fun in life. When we feel stressed, we can feel overwhelmed and worry that we cannot cope with everything in our life. However, if you plan proactively, you will have the tools and resources to not only cope, but to grow and even thrive through the tough times. In other words, you'll be stressing less and smiling a whole lot more. Remember to take care of yourself, take care of your family, and take care of your community. Remember, we are Pointer Strong. See you later, alligators.